Well, hey, authors, coaches, course creators, marketing heroes. Are you in for a treat today? Wherever you happen to be tuning in, please say hi if you are watching. We'd love to know where you're at and who you are and what you do. And if you are on Facebook, please give permission to StreamYard to chat with Facebook so we know who it is that's commenting in the live stream. And of course, if you're tuning in on one of my platforms, maybe you're on Facebook, maybe you are on LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitter. My name is Kim. I am the author of Write and Grow Rich, and I help entrepreneurs, coaches, course creators write and publish a book to use as a marketing tool to grow their business. And one of the things I love to use my book in conjunction with is speaking. It's going live on Facebook. It's presenting and hosting workshops and Facebook challenges and trainings. And I am here today with the expert master trainer, the trainer of trainers, the one and only Marjen Holden. And if you are looking to up level your training, your presenting, your workshops, your speaking opportunities, then you are absolutely 100% in the right place today, because we are going to be talking about a few juicy things, the superpowers of speaking, and how to really, discover that secret sauce to powerfully presenting with confidence on stage, whether virtual or live, right? And how to use speaking to forge deeper connections with your audience, to use storytelling and authenticity to really draw your spectators in, your audience in, and get them moving down the path of know, like, and trust so that they want to work with you, right? This is the key to speaking. It's being able to connect and engage with your audience. And Marjen is the master at it. And so I'm so glad to have you here, Marjen. Let's dive right into this amazing topic that I love so much.
Thank you. Thanks for being here. Yeah, I love it. I love it. Let's get people's voices out there, get them speaking, get them, out into the world. It's what we need. Positivity out into the world.
Absolutely. And they say, and a lot of people fear speaking. So
Yes.
It has been said to be the number one fear, right? Even more fearful than death for some people. So
Right.
how does somebody get started in getting on stage and overcoming that fear of hitting the, go live
Hitting
button?
the go live button.
Yeah, right.
There are a few things, right? Because that is psychologically, it's one of those things when you talk about that fear. And it's not just the fear of speaking in public. There's something behind that fear. What would you think is behind the fear of being in front of people, of opening your mouth, of speaking, right? Because I know for myself, when I transitioned from the film industry, because I came from the film industry as an actress, been an actress my entire life practically, right? And when I moved from behind the camera or in front of the camera to on the stage, there was a very different dynamic happening. Very, very different dynamic. So I had to learn how to actually be on stage with a live audience as opposed to being in front of a camera where the only audience is the crew. So you're in front of a crew, yes, but when you work with a crew over and over and over again, there's not really any surprises. There's no, everybody's working for that common goal. But when you get on stage, you just don't know what is going to happen. It's going to be unpredictable, right? And you're getting that instant feedback. So that fear.
Yeah, and you don't get to stop and go,
and
cut,
let's
take a takeover. It's like,
right?
I just messed up. Now what do I do?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, but you can. I mean, I've been on stage plenty of times where I've fumbled my words. I've the words didn't come out of my mouth right, or I forgot what I was going to say. And it's mastering those places where it's like, oh, hey, I did just make a mistake, and that's okay. Because if you can call yourself out, that's fine. If you think you have to be perfect, it's going to, it puts undue pressure on you, right? Because we are all human. You can master and master and master being on stage, knowing your material, which is one of the biggest keys, like know your material, know what you're saying, know your audience. What are they interested in? Right.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yep.
that fear is actually, when we talk about fear, most people say, oh, if you asked what's the definition of fear, most people say it's false evidence appearing real, which is an acronym.
Right.
It's not a definition. The actual definition of fear is the anticipation of pain.
Right. So
So,
feeling like you look like an idiot or stumbling and
right,
falling and all that thing. People
right.
judging you. It's probably
People
those
judging you.
fears that are the real fear behind the fear.
Right. It's that fear of public humiliation.
Ugh.
Yeah. And nobody wants to feel humiliated in public.
Mm-hmm.
But if you can get to a place where, as an actor, sometimes you have to do weird stuff. So I had a very, very good training ground to get over some of those things,
Yeah.
right? To get over looking weird, to get over doing, crazy stuff, right? Because it's the character doing it.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
as the actor being hired to play the character, it's kind of like, hey, they're paying you to do this weird stuff. So now you got
Just
to
do
do
it.
it. You kind of
Yeah.
just got to do it. I've
Yeah.
had jobs where they're like, hey, and now you're going to jump off this cliff. And hey, now you're going to jump into this river. And it's like, wait a minute, it's the middle of winter. Even though I was in Australia, it was the middle of winter and this water was cold as. They're like, and you're just going to jump in and go right across that river. And it's like, okay, I guess. And it's like trying to hold it together when going through a situation like that, right? Where you can't show on your face, like, I was playing this warrior, and it's like, oh wait, there's a warrior that jumps in the water. Oh my gosh, it's so cold. It's like, nah, you got to be like,
No, they
like
don't.
on
They
it.
look
They don't
fierce.
do that. They're like, gotta look fierce while you're freezing, and and really working through that. So, granted, I have had a lot of experience overcoming different situations like that. However, it can be trained. Anyone can learn it if they have the desire and if they have the discipline to move through that space and say, you know what? I want to be the best presenter I can be. I want to be the best trainer I can be. I want to be the best, you know, speaker that I can be. So I'm going to learn how to navigate all those energetic spaces. I'm going to learn how to navigate through. Oh, wait a minute. I just forgot what I was going to say, and learn how to turn that around and actually utilize that. Because, hey, if you forget what you're going to say, you can literally say to the audience, how many of you have ever forgotten what you were going to say? And you're racking your brain going, it's on the tip of my tongue. It's like it's right there. And you're, like somebody's name. And you start going through the alphabet, A, B, C. No, that's not it. D. And then, oh, Tim, and it's like, oh, yeah, you finally get there eventually. But learning how to navigate that, learning that it's okay because we are human. And that's what's going to make you captivating. That's what's going to make you compelling. Nobody wants to sit there and watch a person they can't relate to because everything is absolutely perfect. Everything is just bump, 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 bump like a robot. People don't, people in a live situation, they don't really connect to that
Right.
at all.
So to me, that's one of the biggest things is understanding that it's okay if you go live, if you step on a stage, if you get into a Zoom room and you're the presenter and something that you didn't expect happens. This happens even especially now in the world of getting live online in Zoom.
Yeah.
When your tech fails, for crying out loud, right? There's
That's
so
a big
many
one.
things.
That's a big one.
There's so many things that can go wrong. So
yeah,
the biggest fears to overcome is knowing and having that confidence that it's okay. If it happens to everyone. Yeah. Maybe use it as a teaching experience.
Totally.
Right? Maybe use it as an example, but it does build know, like, and trust because then people realize, oh yeah, she's human. Like this just happened. And if she can do it, then I can do it. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've had situations where I have literally gone into complete meltdown on stage,
Oops.
like complete meltdown. And I was like, I need to take a break and I will be back in 10 minutes when I get grounded and get my stuff together. I'll be
Yeah.
back.
Yeah.
But it was funny because it was in that moment where people came up and they were like, wow, like, thank God, like, you're human, right?
Yeah.
It was a massive connecting point
Right.
in that moment because it became real. Like the stories were so intense and the stories were so emotional that as a trainer in that training, I just, it hit me so hard in my heart. And I felt so connected to what was happening. I was just like, yeah, okay, I I got to go compose myself because it was super impactful, right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, if somebody's watching right now and you have some advice on kind of how to get started, or for somebody who already is speaking, like take us through at least, a little bit of a tip on, how to just do that kind of that up level for somebody who's already a fairly seasoned
Mm-hmm.
speaker or somebody who's brand new. Is there a key that you can, or a secret or a superpower that you
Well,
would think
yeah, there's
be
so
important for
many.
anyone?
There's
I
so
know you've
many
got so many,
superpowers.
but pick me a
There's
juicy
so
one.
many superpowers. I mean, that's
Yeah.
what we're going to be talking about on Sunday in the masterclass, right? Is that five, there's five secrets to up leveling your game. There's five secrets that I'm going to unveil in the power of presence. And just in that title alone, the power of presence. How do you cultivate that presence? And if you're already in your speaking game, one of the big things is going to be where can I up level, right? Because if you're constantly on that stage speaking, are you actually getting and being open to feedback? Do you have a feedback system? That's key. That is key. See, I was so fortunate when I was constantly on stage. I had the best feedback system ever.
Which was
The best feedback system ever was my audio visual team.
okay.
Because the audio visual team is there from the morning to the night, every single step of the way, every single day, every minute, every delivery. And a lot of times I worked with the same people. So they'd see me over and over and over again. So they were my greatest source of feedback ever. They're like, hey, like, what's going on with you? Like, hey, what's happening today? Or, you know, I never heard you say it like that before. So, feedback for those who are already on stage is going to be key. Find someone you know, like, and trust. Find someone who is a master, find them, seek them out, have them coach you, have them mentor you, have them be that system for you in order to, up level your game because we're always growing. We're either, if we're not growing, we're dying, just like a plant. If it's not growing, it's kind of dying. So that's going to be the biggest thing.
But the key is
And
if you don't have an audiovisual team, like you were working for a big,
right.
huge company,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
they
yeah.
had a bunch of resources. But if you aren't there yet in terms of that, have somebody that you know, like, and trust in the
Yeah.
audience watching you and making sure that they can give you
Give you quality feedback.
at the end. I
Yeah.
think that's a fabulous
Yeah.
idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's a great formula. There's hi Sharon, how are you? I remember Marjen from Wizard Training. Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Thanks
Love
for
Wizard.
watching, Sharon. We're
Yeah,
glad
thanks
to
for
have you here.
watching.
Yeah.
So that's for seasoned speakers, right?
Right.
So for anyone who's just getting started, I know it's intimidating. I know that it's like, oh my gosh, it's overwhelming because like, where do I start? What, how do I put it all together? Right. And that's the thing. It's like, find what you're passionate about. First of all, find what you want to be speaking about. Either you're going to be taking something that happened to you in your life and you're going to be transforming it into, going from, maybe trauma to terrific, or going from, ordinary to extraordinary. It's like, this thing happened to me and now I want to help others overcome it. right?
Right.
It's like, I wasn't always a good speaker. I was an actress, or I still am an actress, but I wasn't always this great speaker because, like I said, it's different. Being a trainer is very different. However, my experience in the film industry, my experience as an actress really helps me when I'm on stage. Because, like you said, when you're telling stories and you're looking to connect those stories, because how many of you have ever been to a training where the speaker is absolutely boring? They just, or you listen to somebody talk where they're just boring. They're not captivating. They're not compelling, and they're just data dumping. And it's like, wow, oh man, I can't sit in rooms like that, right?
Yeah.
Because it's just, it's too much. And once you understand psychology, people's brains can only handle so much information, and then they have to take a break to assimilate, right? So it's first of all like, ooh, what do I want to talk about? How am I going to get this material out there? Or have you already written a book, and are you going to take part of that book and put it out there and present it, right? One of the topics of the book, are you going to take some experience, like I said, one of your experiences, and put that into something so that you can inspire people through that?
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And I mean, you've been doing it for so long, it's second nature, right? But to watch you in action is inspiring. And I love the fact that you are so inspired and passionate about helping other people learn these skills, because you said they are learnable skills. I mean, even remember I've seen videos of me going live the very first few times, because they'll, thank you, Facebook, for always sharing with me my memories of the past. And some of them I'm like, oh my God, it's like
right,
cringe-worthy. But I
yeah,
do remember somebody telling me, if you aren't cringing at your first video or your first podcast that you ever did, you waited too long to start. Like you need to get started, right? You need to learn a few skills.
Yeah.
And then you need to get out there, and with practice, you just get better. You get more confident. You understand that, hey, oops, I fumbled through my words. Yep, no bullet holes. I'm good. Right? I die from doing this. So this whole fear is really, it's in your mind, and you just need to move past it, because, like another great mentor once told me, everything that you want and that you seek and that you desire is just on that other side of your little comfort zone. So go after it, people, right? Get out there, get speaking. If you are a coach, you are a course creator, you are already speaking or training or doing workshops, and you want to improve that, then Marjen and I want to invite you to a masterclass that Marjen is holding on Sunday, August 27th.
And it's free. August 27th, free.
Yep. So register, come and join us, where you will learn the power of presence. Marjen is going to be pulling back the curtain and unveiling her 5 secrets to captivating audiences on stage and on screen. As the world is starting to open back up and live and in-person trainings are starting to happen, if you want to up-level your speaking and training aspect of your business, then come and learn these 5 secrets to being able to connect with your audience, captivate them, and really build connection, because connection equals currency. And so if you want to start closing clients, right, you need to start connecting with your potential clients. And one of the best ways to do that is speaking. So Marjen, you want to tell us a little bit about the masterclass and how people can register? I've got the link. I'm going to drop it into the comments in all of the places. So again, whether you're joining us here from Facebook, whether you're tuning in from LinkedIn, if you're watching on YouTube or Twitter, wherever you're watching from, go and find the link. I'm going to be dropping it right now.
Go to the Eventbrite link, register for it, get your ticket, get your seat. And once that's done on Friday, 2 days before the masterclass will be happening, I will be sending out that link so that you'll know where I'm going to be live, because I'm going to be live streaming it. So it'll either be on, you'll either be on LinkedIn, you'll either be on Facebook. or YouTube in order to catch it live. And just as a reminder, bring a pen and a pencil or a paper so that you can write notes, because I am going to give you 5 secrets on how you can captivate your audience, okay? Because these secrets are going to turn into your superpowers. See, everybody wants to be a superhero. You're going to be the superhero of your own life. You're going to hone those skills and get them out to your people. There are so many people that need to be inspired, so many people. And one of the things that I'm really, really excited about and passionate about is helping others, helping you turn yourself into that superpower super speaker. And it's totally doable, whether you're afraid to get on stage or whether you're already on stage doing it. So get these free tips.
I love it, love it, love it. I have got the link. I am going to drop it into the comments right now. I know it doesn't paste on every single channel right out of the gate. However, I will be going back and checking on all of these platforms. So if whether you're watching live or whether you're watching on the replay, please come. We'd love to see you on Sunday, August 27th for the Power Presence, unveiling the 5 secrets to captivating audiences on stage and on screen. Marjen, thank you so much for joining me today here live. It's always a pleasure chatting with you, and I can't wait
much fun
for the masterclass on Sunday. I will see you there. I'm already registered. Are you? That's the question. If you're watching,
go register.
And we'll see
Thanks for being with us today, everybody. Have a great rest of your day, your evening, or your morning, depending on what part of the world you are in.
Yes, absolutely. And thanks again, Marjen.
You're welcome. Bye.